Jose Mourinho, Jose Mourinho. Now, coming from a Chelsea fan, I shouldn't be saying that anymore, but I'm so impressed because I get inspired by leaders and management that I had to tell this story. Now, back 15 years ago, when Jose Mourinho came to England and he came out with a tagline, "I'm the special one," he definitely had a lot to live up to. Now, I think it's safe to say he definitely lived up to that tag. He delivered us 2 titles in the first 2 seasons. He left, won with Inter Milan in Champions League, came back and then won the title with us again. Unfortunately, over the last few years, he's definitely fallen off his perch. Now, Spurs are definitely a rival with Chelsea, and it's something that I really shouldn't be bigging up. But I'm so impressed with what's going on here, and it's something that I get inspired by, because if you're looking to be a leader or be management, you have to be able to cater to what those people are like. And when he was at Manchester United, I know I'm losing a few of you now, but I honestly believe what's gone on now is really transcending what the sport is, and it falls into management and leadership. So he took on Manchester United a few years ago. It didn't work out. He probably delivered the most he probably could when he said we finished second, which was an unbelievable thing, and nobody believed it. But since then, I think people can probably agree. And he then got sacked from there. He's then taken over at Tottenham, okay, who are definitely people or a team which has been delivering, and all of a sudden they've fallen off their perch as well. But they've never had that belief that they can win something. And I don't know if you saw the Amazon interview last season. It definitely shed a lot of light on what's been going on. But what I find really impressive with what's going on here is how he's dealt with Dele Ali. And I think it's so important because even Mauricio Pochettino came out in his interview the other week and he said, "This kid's a wonder kid, you have to care for him, you have to do this." And I think that was the case when he first signed as a 17-year-old for Tottenham. You know, he had to have that sort of cuddling with it. But you saw in the Amazon interview, Jose Mourinho just went at him. And what he did was he dropped him from the team. Now, what's been going on here is, I feel, is that the team has now realised that even someone as great as that player, they can be dropped off. They can be dropped off and be left out of the team. So now they're thinking, right, we need to be fighting. Our places are not safe. We need to earn our place. But there's this camaraderie which is going on, and there's this togetherness. Now, if I can load it up, I'm going to put on a video clip, and it's from the movie Coach Carter. If you haven't seen the movie, you must do. It's a true story. Samuel Jackson plays this coach that comes in and helps this high school basketball team. They've gone from being very good to absolutely horrendous in the league, and he's coming there to raise them back up. Again, a bunch of players that think they're better than what they are. They're showboaters, there's no team camaraderie, there's no nothing. And there's one kid that he just drops. You know, he plays around, he messes around, he thinks his place is, he can't be taken away. And he decides, no, if you're gonna misbehave, you're out the team. He then wants to come back. Now there's this camaraderie which is starting to build within the team. And what Coach Carter does is every training session, they have to do this certain amount of suicide runs and push-ups. And this kid wants back in, but he's missed, I think, probably about 2 weeks worth of training. So now all of a sudden, he has to, if he wants to back in the team, he's got to make up for it by doing all of these suicide runs and push-ups. And the clip I'm going to show you, he comes back in and he's made the biggest effort possible. And he's really tried to work his way back in, but the time limit is up. And I think it was 500 push-ups and 80 suicide runs that he was short. Now, the biggest change here is what you're going to see in the video, and this is what I see with Tottenham. This kid that has to do his suicide runs, that's Dele Ali. He's trying to get back in the team now. He's trying to earn. He's realised that he has to be more than what he's been. And it's quite funny because there's a romance between Dele Ali and Dyer, yeah? He's a player for Spurs as well. And in the movie, one of the guys, they step up and they say, "Hey, I'll do some of those runs. I'll do some of those push-ups." And I think that would be the same as Dyer coming in and saying, "I'll do that." And all of a sudden the team all get together and they complete these suicide runs and push-ups so the guy can get back in the team. And I really feel this is what's happening with Spurs at the moment. Whether they win the league or not, I hope not, because Chelsea should definitely win it. They're building something there. They have this belief, they have this camaraderie. And that is what I always want to try to instill in my team when I'm doing some leadership and training. We're only as good as the people that we are. We're only as good as the people that are next to us. And if we are together, we're going to be the best at it. So if you're in leadership, if you're in sales training, if you're in anything you're doing, understand what that person is like. He couldn't be like that with every person. He had to understand how they would make or break them. He's put his arm around him at the start. He said, I want to help you, but you're pretty much unhelpable. He's walked out the team. He wants back in and he doesn't quite make it. But then the team, they make up the extra effort to make sure he gets back in. Don't you want a team like that are fighting for each other? There's no one that's the super winner here. Everyone is on the same level. And those are the teams that we should try to build. Now, I've probably gotten on a little bit too long here. I've probably lost some of you, but I'm so impressed with what's going on right now with Tottenham, with Jose Mourinho, and I just had to let you know. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you've noticed it as well. But there's something that's really building with Spurs at the moment. And if you're in leadership and management, you should definitely take note and see what's going on, because it's definitely transcending the sport at the moment. So please like and share this. You might have a Spurs fan who's going to get absolutely buzzing at the moment by this video, so tag them into it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, as I said. But that's it for today. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow.